It's the Diamond K Show.
So much going on in the world. You talk about things from the perspective of how it is. DJ Diamond K, sometimes it comes off like you are almost not in support of, but you just accept the way things are and there's no chance of change. Check me out on YouTube. That's the part that I am just like,
OnFireTV.com.
Okay. What's going on? It's your man Diamond K in here, of course. The DiamondKShow.com, OnFire-TV.com, WRF Radio, the app. Happy Saturday to everybody. If you're surprised to see me, don't be, because we're going to be 7 days a week for the foreseeable future. So many things that are on my docket for today. The man that was killed after the altercation with the squeegee kid, his family is preparing to sue Baltimore City. The family, his name, the deceased name is Timothy Reynolds. So he died after the altercation with the squeegee kid. Announced yesterday that it intends to file a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Baltimore City and Baltimore City officials. All right, let's get this together. Baltimore City officials. The lawsuit alleges gross negligence by the city after the July 7th fatal shooting of Timothy Reynolds, allegedly by this teenage squeegee kid. So police say that Reynolds was shot during this altercation. You remember that he had a baseball bat, and this took place near the Inner Harbor in downtown Baltimore. So I drive often past this location, and the family's attorney, Michael B. Snyder, says it's more than just negligence. Oh yes, they're gonna turn it up. Negligence. This adult got out of his truck, crossed several lanes of traffic, wielding a bat, and it's Baltimore City's fault. Man, get out of here with that. It's not Baltimore City's fault. It's this adult's fault. It's unfortunate what happened, but whatever was said by the squeegee kids, or whatever happened that prompted him to get out the car, he's the adult in the situation. What does Brandon Scott got to do with that? So, and the Schneider Law Group, right? You've seen the commercials for the Schneider Law Group. So they're representing the Reynolds family, which is his wife, his 3 children, and his parents. So check out who that they hold responsible for this white man, adult, getting out of his car with a baseball bat to attack these black teenagers that were on the corner trying to make money. Now, should they have been there? I mean, that's debatable. But he's the adult. Anyway, check out who they list in their lawsuit. The Baltimore City Mayor's Office, Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott, the Baltimore Police Department, the Baltimore Police Commissioner Michael Harrison, the Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office, State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, all defendants. They're suing all of them. It's all of their faults, right? I'm sure that Fox 45 is loving this. They probably agree with this frivolous lawsuit. Mr. Reynolds was murdered, and we still don't have a solution, Snyder says. We are in the very early stages. We have just begun our investigation, and we've put the state and city on notice. Oh, man. What a debacle this is going to be. What a debacle this is going to be. So, Snyder said what happened was unconstitutional and a total failure of leadership. He got his He was very mad. I'm mad. He gets out of his car, goes in the trunk, gets a baseball bat, and this is unconstitutional. This is the failure of leadership. Are you kidding me? Come on, white people. There are white people in my family. If you didn't notice that, come on. But what is going on? It's more black people than white people. All right, let me say that. All right. Anyway, the family's attorneys allege the defendants failed to put a stop to the illegal activities, which placed Mr. Reynolds and others in unreasonably dangerous situations. So they're trying to allege, because Baltimore has not stopped squeegee kids and panhandlers on the corner, that placed Mr. Reynolds in a dangerous situation. He could have drove his happy ass up the street. No, he didn't want to do that. He wanted to get out with the baseball bat, and he lost the fight. Now, it's unfortunate that he was shot and killed. But had he stayed his ass in the car, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. He put himself in harm's way by getting out of the car with the baseball bat. So, they continue. The illegal activities that were happening, which placed Mr. Reynolds and others in unreasonably dangerous situation, and he would never have been injured and would not have died had the authorities taken steps to keep the community safe. So, Mr. Reynolds is really a hero. Mr. Reynolds, the deceased, he's really a martyr. He's really trying to make Baltimore City safe, one baseball bat at a time. Get out of here with that crap. Get out of here with that crap. This is another white guy who lost a fight with a black kid. And I mean, he brought a bat clearly to a gunfight. Wow. And the Schneider Law Group, the Schneider Law Group is going to defend this case. Interesting. So this is what they say is a unconstitutional total failure in leadership. There are laws on the books, and those laws need to be enforced. First of all, let's say this. Let's say that Schneider Group, let's say that your client did not die from the gunshots. Let's say that he was shot in his leg, his arm, and he didn't die. He still committed a crime as well. This was an assault. Now, this is Florida, and the guy with the bat is black. Or if this is in Baltimore, and the guy with the bat is black, and the kid who shot and killed him was white, oh, then he would be defending himself. Yeah, you can't have it both ways. I don't care what you say. You can't have it both ways. This menacing adult coming at these kids on the corner, they were scared. They are kids. They were armed because they're in a cash business and they were trying to defend themselves. Now, was the gun legally registered? I don't know. Probably not. But when white Kyle Rittenhouse can cross state lines with multiple weapons, defending property that wasn't even his, he wasn't asked to defend it, and y'all called him a hero. These kids standing on the corner with a weapon much less than the one that Kyle Rittenhouse had. You can't have it both ways. You're either a hero or you're not. But if these teenagers are menacing, and they're younger than Kyle Rittenhouse, this teenager is younger than Kyle Rittenhouse. So Kyle Rittenhouse is a hero. This squeegee kid is a goddamn hero. Defending himself. Now, the police department, according to this, wait a minute. Kyle Rittenhouse did cross state lines with the guns. Okay. Now, let me remind you, where Kyle Rittenhouse was not where he lived. Where he killed those young men, That's not where he lived. Across state lines. What are you talking about? Come on, get out of here. The police, according to this lawsuit, the police department and everyone else, every other official that made decisions regarding the situation in Baltimore City were on notice that there was violent behavior and that people were armed. That's what they're saying in their lawsuit. Okay, if he worked in Kenosha, I can't believe that I have to explain this like this. He worked in Kenosha. He did not live in Kenosha. Come on, are you kidding me? First of all, he was a kid. Where did he work at? He didn't work there. And if you live somewhere, whether you work in another state, he crossed state lines to get there. Come on now, get out of here. Did he work as a killer? Did he work as a killer in Kenosha? Anyway, the police department and everyone else, every other official that made decisions regarding the situation in Baltimore City, according to the lawsuit, were on notice that there was violent behavior and that people were armed and that people were getting injured, that vehicles were getting vandalized. And my understanding so far, based on the information we have, is that the police were, in fact, called to the exact same intersection earlier that day for an incident, says Snyder. So they're trying to paint this picture of this deceased adult who had a bat coming at these kids. They're trying to paint this picture like he's some kind of victim. And I'm telling you, he's not a victim. He got the worst end of an altercation that he initiated. Snyder said his firm sent a claim letter Thursday to the defendants. I don't know. This is going to be a circus. Michael Schneider said that his team has yet to decide whether to file this suit in state or federal court. Oh, I can't wait. He said that putting the defendants on notice is just the first step of the process, while both sides citing constitutional issues. The Constitution is a funny thing. It's similar to the Bible, right? Because people will take it and they will twist it and they will turn it to try to fit their, argument. But it's kind of straightforward, right? It's kind of straightforward. And the fact of the matter, Fields One, shout out to Fields One, says that he's white. The facts are null and void. Now, in the court of law, the facts may be null and void. That's fine, but we're going to talk about it. I'm going to keep calling it out. The double standards. It's blinding, right? Let me say this again. Let's flip it. Let's say the adult who got out the car with the baseball bat was a black male, 6 feet tall, going towards some white teenagers, all right, in Perry Hall somewhere, that were on the corner squeegeeing. And the black male swung a bat at them, tried to hit him with the baseball bat. And one of the white teenagers killed him. One of the white teenagers killed the black man. Oh, you people, you supporters of this lawsuit would be saying how the teenagers, the white teenagers were just defending themselves, and they were just trying to play cricket, and all they're trying to do is raise some money. I mean, come on now, we got to stop with this. And I understand that this is how things have been, but that does not mean that is how things should be. We talk about the Capitol. Black people built the Capitol, right? We built most of this stuff, right? We have sweat equity, blood, sweat, and tears invested in this American experiment. And I'm not going to just sit by and continue to let double standards happen without saying something. So yes, I understand that things have not been on the up and up. Things have not been 100. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about black people. Black people excel at everything that we do. Everything. And I'm not saying that white people got to go, because I have white people in my family, right? I've dated 5 white women in my life. But I'm saying that we need our damn piece of the pie, and we're going to get it eventually. But we have to focus, we have to unify, we have to not sit by and let these double standards, these atrocities continue to happen over and over again, and then just say, that's just the way it is. That's just how it's been. But that's not how it has to be. Feels One on YouTube says, if the black man got out of his truck and tried to attack the white children, it would be self-defense on the white children's part in Baltimore City under racism and white supremacy. You're absolutely right. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. If a black man with a baseball bat tried to attack some white teenage boys on the damn corner and one of those white boys killed him, they would be saying this. These same folks would be saying it's self-defense. They would be raising him up like a hero. He would be on Fox News with Tucker Carlson and the rest of them clowns talking about how he was such a hero. Right? How he's such a hero. I say that these squeegee kids are heroes. One, they can shoot straight, because we've seen a lot of kids with guns clearly can't shoot straight. At least they hit the target. At least they didn't hit innocent bystanders. They hit the threat that was right in front of them. Shot better than some police officers that we hear about. Right? Now, yes, someone saying on Instagram that Rittenhouse shot 3 white people, by the way. I know who he shot. My point is not that he killed some white people. My point is that white people with guns are looked at totally different than black people with guns. That's my point. That's my point. Fields One, as normal, dropping knowledge on YouTube. Fields One be on point. Fields One be on point. So the Schneider team, the Schneider Law Group, and if you live in Baltimore, you've seen their commercials. You know what? I need to talk to somebody from the Schneider Group, right? This is a money grab, right? They try to get some money. Trying to get some money. Just here, there's the Diamond K Show here on fire-tv.com, radioonfire.com, the WRF radio app. 7 days a week, I'm going to be here. We were doing the weekdays. It's too much going on. I gotta come here and chop it up with you guys. So also, there are some hazing incidents at a high school in Pennsylvania. A couple of incidents, and in one situation, it has led to the cancellation of the football season. Like, the hazing was crazy hazing incidents. So high school, and they have multiple videos. So it's very troubling. Hazing is one of those things, and they make excuses for the hazing. And I say, there's hazing, I believe, in NFL, hazing in college. This is high school. I did go through hazing when I was in high school as well. Not to this degree, but hazing is one of those things that folks have just accepted as the norm. Sororities, fraternities, all haze. I guess it's a tradition. They were humiliated coming in, and they want to humiliate you coming in. There have been repeated incidents of hazing involving students on a high school football team that have led to the cancellation of the season, their football season, by the school district. The Middleton Area School District Superintendent, Shelton Hunter, sent a letter to parents this week informing them that the district's decision after school officials were made aware of a video which showed hazing. So they have multiple incidents, multiple videos. So that is unfortunate. The video, he says, demonstrates that this hazing was much more widespread and involved many more students than we had previously known. Yeah, I don't know about that. I know that the coaches know, but why are they taking away the school, the whole season from the kids? I mean, fire coaches, they knew this stuff was happening. Yeah, I don't know. These are kids, right? These are kids. The kind of hazing that occurred in our facilities with this team is reprehensible, it says. It simply cannot and will not be tolerated. We know we must work to address the culture of this team. Educate our student body about hazing and put programs in place to help ensure that this kind of atmosphere is never allowed to exist in our school facilities. So is hazing wrong, or is it a certain line that you can cross that is too far? That's my question. Because like I said, hazing happened. I did not haze anybody, but I was hazed when I was in school. And I've witnessed hazing, not to the degree that happened at this school. They injected these students with stuff. Like this, the hazing that happened at this Pennsylvania school was next level, right? When I was in school, okay, we got hit with this, this paddle, right? And we had to do some humiliating things. But they didn't inject us with anything. And I know that different folks that pledged went through some hazing to the point that they don't even want to talk about it anymore. Like a lot of times the hazing that happens in sororities and fraternities are so humiliating that folks don't even speak about it after the fact. Years later, they don't even want to talk about it. I've asked folks that pledged, what did they do to you? What did they do to you? They didn't want to talk about it. We can't speak on it, right? Really bad. Really bad. Night Train Management is saying that it is physical assault, says that it's wrong. Night Train Management on Instagram says it is battery, it's assault. So the hazing shown in the video took place in the school's heat room. The district has turned the video over to the police. Really bad. Really bad. According to PennLive.com, it was not the first incident of hazing this season involving the football team. I've known cheerleading squads that have done hazing. 2 weeks ago, the Dauphin County District Attorney Fran Chardo said that his office was investigating a pair of graphic videos showing hazing that surfaced online. These are high school students taking it to the next level. The team's coach resigned last week after the video surfaced because he was aware of it. He knew. Hunter said that any student involved in the hazing will face disciplinary action. He said staff members who ignored hazing also will face disciplinary action. Night Train Management on Instagram says all of the college and high school sports do it. She's right. Just in Pennsylvania, they're not the only place in Pennsylvania. Like I talked about in Maryland here, and Night Train Management is in Georgia. So it is definitely something that happens around the country. Definitely something that happens. Hazing, not a good thing. Not a good thing. And the thing about hazing is that in many instances, not all, but many, they turn around and do it to another freshman class or underclassmen when they're put in position. And it is a humiliating thing, but I guess it's one of those primitive things that come from, I don't know, back in probably the 1800s or early 1900s. But it's also, I don't know, they try to make it to create some kind of bond, but things go way, way too far. Way, way too far. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, of course. OnFire-TV.com, RadioOnFire.com, the WRF radio app. Is hazing wrong? I'm seeing things on Instagram. I'm seeing things on YouTube. I'm seeing things on Facebook where folks say that is wrong. Folks don't agree with it, but we know that it happens. We know that it happens. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by City View Bar and Grill. The City View Bar and Grill is a family-friendly casual dining bar and restaurant providing high-quality food, good old-fashioned friendly service. How important is that? How rare is that? At City View Bar and Grill, you can live every hour like it's happy hour. The food is mouth-watering. The atmosphere is fun, energetic, and mature. That is important. Located at 6700 Security Boulevard in Gwynn Oak, Maryland. It's the City View Bar and Grill. Stop in today or visit cityviewmd.com. Also, for the last 16 years, the Baltimore Crown Awards have been connecting, developing, honoring, and promoting the Baltimore scene. Get your green clothes ready, semi-formal, formal, or however you feel fly. The 2022 Baltimore Crown Awards is an emerald party. Nomination process is happening right now. This is going to determine the actual nominees for the show. Visit thebaltimorescene.org, thebaltimorescene.org. Tell them who you want to be honored in the 2022 ceremony, which takes place the 16th annual, Saturday, November the 19th at the Garage, 6 Lafayette Avenue in Baltimore. Hosted by Desi Alexander. Tickets $20. Visit thebaltimorescene.org for more info. So there are some members of a new coalition, and they stood at the corner of Park Heights and Shirley Avenue in Northwest Baltimore yesterday. Of course, that is the scene where 7 people were shot, 1 person left for dead 2 days prior. The Black Community Development Coalition represents 10 organizations that call for a new, strong partnership between advocates, law enforcement, and city officials that will empower communities and take back neighborhoods and end senseless killings in the city. So we have some folks that want some answers, and more importantly, want to create a coalition, partnership. The group asked for a meeting with the mayor and the city council, along with clergy members, to brainstorm on how they can help elected leaders address the problems in the city. I think this is good. I think they're going to get resistance from the people that they're trying to reach out to, though. I think that they're going to get resistance. I think that the mayor and city council are going to say, oh, we got this under control. We got a nice plan. And I think that they're going to be resistant initially. May take some time. I think that clergy are going to be, quicker to want to meet. I don't see Brandon Scott just like saying, I'm just going to sit down with them today. I don't know. It needs to be done, though. Something needs to happen. There's a lot of senseless killing in the city of Baltimore, as we well know. The coalition not only called out elected leaders to further address the violence, but also religious leaders. Rodney Moore with the More and More organization called on these local leaders to step up. The group asked for a meeting with the mayor, the city council, and clergy members? Or are they going to sit down with this group? I think that the group's going to have to start to take some steps themselves. And I'm not saying that they haven't. Or let me say this. Maybe start taking more steps. They're going to have to put pressure on the city officials. The city officials ain't going to just sit down. You try to get city official on the phone, I don't know, a light pole or something. It's hard to get a city official on the phone. They, you want us to do some work? Only work we try to do is campaign work, and that's it. And then once we get in office, we chilling until it's time to run again. That's how many people look at it. Now, all politicians are not like that. That's just the stereotype. That's just what it feels like. That's just what it feels like. You listen to the Diamond K Show here at onfire-tv.com, of course, radioonfire.com. Let's do this. Take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here, of course. The DiamondKShow.com, onfire-tv.com, the WRF radio app. So it has, finally happened. You know how you ask for something, right? You ask for something and then you turn around and get it. All right? The Republicans, Donald Trump supporters, claimed that they wanted the search affidavit. They wanted it unsealed. We want to know what's in it. Show us. This is gonna prove that Trump was a victim. How come all white people are always victims? Right? This white guy, adult, gets out of his car with the baseball bat, swinging at these young black teenagers, is killed. He's the victim. Donald Trump steals classified documents. Hundreds and hundreds of pages of classified documents. He's still the victim. What? White people are perpetually the victims every time you turn around? No. You are the initiators. Stop with the dumb stuff. So the Justice Department yesterday unsealed the FBI affidavit justifying this search. The unprecedented search of Donald Trump's estate. Now, while the document release was highly redacted, many of the pages crossed out by black blocks, black lines through it. Can't read it, some of it. It includes new details about the sheer volume of sensitive and highly classified information that was stored at the former president's Florida beachfront home. This really underscores the government's concerns about the safety of America's secrets. All of these so-called Republicans who claim to be patriots should be outraged at this. Oh, but they drinking the Kool-Aid, and it is a whole lot of sugar in that damn Kool-Aid. So we can go over some of the top takeaways from what this document revealed about this very, very questionable behavior from a very, very questionable individual. Very questionable. The affidavit does not provide new details about the 11 sets of classified records that were recovered during the FBI's August 8th search of Trump's home. It does help explain why the Justice Department believed that retrieving the outstanding documents were necessary. And it was necessary. I'm going to flip it again. Let's say that President Obama took 11 sets of classified records and stored them in Chi-Town. And then for over a year refused to give them back. These same people that are defending Donald Trump would be saying how much of a traitor Obama was. And how the FBI should run up in his house and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, and Democrats will be saying it too. Democrats will be saying it. Republicans will be saying it if it was President Obama who had 11 sets of classified records in Chi-Town and his Chi-Town home. But y'all sit up here and you let one of the biggest con men that this country has ever seen sell y'all everything. Sell y'all a big stank pile of lies. And then y'all run with it. And you make yourselves look dumb, and dumber. Like the damn movie. Federal investigators knew months before the search that Trump had been storing top secret government records at Mar-a-Lago. Knew it. First of all, they wouldn't have waited no damn year to run up in President Obama's house if he had 11 sets of secret classified records in his house. They wouldn't have waited no year. But they oh, please, Donald, please give us the documents. Please give us the documents. Donald, the documents. And he's I ain't giving you nothing. And he, you know what I mean? Y'all just playing with him. I'm glad he ran up in the house. I wish he had been there. They would have ran up in anybody's house. You or me couldn't have done this. President Obama couldn't have done this. They would have ran up in Bill Clinton's house. Oh, and as one of our viewers has to point out, and he's a white guy. But it's something about Donald Trump that makes white people just extra dumb. Federal investigators knew months before that Trump had been storing top secret government records. Are you kidding me? This is like a whack-ass movie. We wouldn't even write this movie because you would say, this is not believable. But it's still happening. People are making excuses. People have been making excuses for this clown all his life. And he's been alive a long time. So investigators knew for months that Trump had been storing top secret government records at Mar-a-Lago. Now, this club is supposed to be a private club, but it is accessible not only to Donald Trump, his staff, his family, but paying members and their guests. There's a revolving door of attendees at various functions who are not guests, but they, not members of the club, but they come there for parties and weddings and fundraisers and charity galas, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The documents aren't even secure. The affidavit notes that Mar-a-Lago has a storage area, Trump's office, his residential suite, and other areas at the club where documents were suspected to still be kept were not authorized locations for the storage of classified information. Some of these secrets are America's most coveted information. It needs to be properly stored. I mean, you wouldn't just leave your tax records hanging around the house when you have a barbecue. Right? He just leaves the nuclear, whatever it is, classified information, just hanging around. Anybody can see it. He don't care. And we have to address the elephant in the room. Obviously, there is the fear. There's the fear that Donald Trump wants these documents because he's trying to benefit financially from them. That's the fear. He can't even read that good. He can't read that good. It's not like he's sitting through reading these documents. He knows that they are of value. He also wants to show them off the gas because he's a show off. He's a damn clown. And this behavior is treasonous. And you damn well know it. And if President Obama did it, we wouldn't be having no conversation. It wouldn't be no lock him up chance because he would have already been locked up. It would have been locked up, Obama, if he had 11 sets of come on. The affidavit revealed that of the batch of 15 boxes that the National Archives and Records Administration retrieved from Trump's home in January, this is before the search. 14 contained documents with classification markings. Inside, they found 184 documents bearing classification markings, including 67 marked confidential, 92 secret, 25 top secret. Oh, and Trump supporters are going to say, oh, he waved his hand and unclassified the documents. No, fam, that's not how this works. He can't just say, oh, they're unclassified. No, that's not how it works. Are you kidding me? The archives referred the matter to the Justice Department on February the 9th of this year. After a preliminary review of the boxes, found what they described as a lot of classified records. On Facebook, Darrell Stevens says a couple of spies from China were caught there. That is true. One with thumb drives and equipment to detect security cameras. There is no telling what country has found out our secrets. That's the sad thing about this. And Darrell Stevens is exactly right. And that's just the stuff that we know. I'm sure that there have been other incidents. There have been other people. Donald Trump is a walking, breathing, living national security risk. And he's been that. And we had this clown in the White House for 4 years with access to all this stuff. Now that he's gone, he tried to take some of the stuff with him. This is a problem. This is a major problem. The records included top intelligence secrets. Let me say that again. The records included top intelligence secrets. Agents who inspected the boxes found special markings suggesting that they included information from highly sensitive human sources or the collection of electronic signals authorized by a court under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. These, when we say highly sensitive human sources, we're talking about folks that CIA agents may have turned in other countries, knowing or unknowing by the human source that they're providing information. Folks' lives are in jeopardy. The affidavit listed several markings, including originator control. That means that officials at the intelligence agencies responsible for the report did not want to distribute to other agencies without their permission because of the potential of leaks. There are also many other types of records with classified names or code words still redacted. Donald Trump is a problem for your safety, for my safety, for the safety of this country. classified records were mixed with other papers. Some of the classified records were mixed with just random documents. So what is he? He just has stuff from The Apprentice mixed in with classified documents. I mean, that's the kind of dumb stuff that he would do. Highly classified records were unfolded, intermixed with other records, and otherwise improperly identified. This is one of the problems with electing a just unqualified person for the highest office of the land. We've never even seen the transcripts for this clown. Does that make us dumb or him dumb? Trump had repeated opportunities to return the documents. He did not want to return the documents. He did not want to. Was it Kim Jong-un? Was it Putin? Who made you get these documents? The affidavit makes it clear, yet again, Trump had numerous opportunities to return the documents to the government, but chose not to. So all of his supporters are like, all they had to do was ask. They asked for him. He wasn't trying to give them. Now what's your excuse? Now what's your excuse? Of course, Trump says, I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. They're my documents. They're not your documents, dumbass. Trump has long insisted, despite clear evidence to the contrary, that he fully cooperated with the government. He's a liar. Ask his ex-wives. He's a damn liar. I'm telling you. He's a damn liar. Plain and simple. He's a traitor. Clearly. He's an agent for another country. Clearly. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show. Of course, on fire-tv.com, radioonfire.com, the WRF radio app. See what some folks are saying. Fields One says that Trump is one of the greatest agent provocateurs the corporate U.S. state has ever created. This whole situation is merely smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Smoke and mirrors for what, though? Smoke and mirrors for what? You think that this is all a distraction? Tell me more, Fields One. Tell me more. Darrell Stevens on Facebook says that he is a narcissist. Plain and simple. That's a mental health issue. I mean, yeah, mental health is one of the problems that he has. But Donald Trump is a threat to national security. I keep saying it over and over again. Oh, hey, puppy. How are you doing? Shout out to Puppy the Body. Yeah, you need call me. Hit me up. I need to talk to you. Been too long. Shout out to Puppy. Saturdays, Puppy used to be on the show with me. Back in the day. Yeah, Donald Trump is a problem for this country. Problem for this country. Yes, definitely. Puppy, hit me up. Don't be a stranger like you've been. You've been a stranger because I ain't talked to you in I don't know how long. But I'm glad that you are well. Yeah, so we're talking about Donald Trump, and as you can see, this subject gets me pissed off. I need to take a break. I need to take a day. I need to take a break. All right, we'll be back right after this Diamond K Show on fire-tv.com.
It's the Diamond K Show.
So much going on in the world. You talk about things from the perspective of how it is. DJ Diamond K, sometimes it comes off like you are almost not in support of, but you just accept the way things are and there's no chance of change. Check me out on YouTube. That's the part that I am just like, ah.
On firetv.com.
Welcome back. You man Diamond K in here. And we're talking about Trump. And as Okay. As the time creeps forward towards, the general election in November, you're going to start to see folks out there campaigning and out there trying to push their agendas. Vote for me, vote for me. And of course, here in Maryland, Wes Moore is running for governor against Dan Cox. Joe Biden came down in support of Maryland Democrats. So he stopped in Rockville, Maryland, ahead of the general election. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times, the local folks running don't want these national figures down in their campaign because they really want to focus on local issues. All politics are local, as they say. In many cases, Republicans don't want Trump messing around in their campaigning, and a lot of times Democrats don't want Biden in their stuff, right? Because aside from the Trump enthusiasts, Trump is unpopular. It's bad news, just a bad look. Joe Biden also unpopular. But Wes Moore and the Maryland Democrats was like, come on down, Joe. Come on, Joe. And Joe Biden came through Maryland to Rockville on Thursday to kick off the midterm campaign season and to show his support for Maryland Democrats. Biden and other Maryland Democratic nominees spoke at a high school in Montgomery County for a rally and a fundraiser as the November general election draws closer. As I said, Biden joined Wes Moore, the Maryland Democratic nominee for governor, as the race to the midterm election heats up. Biden was out there. He was talking his smack, trying to highlight some of his own accomplishments. What has he done during his term? Well, he's talking about student loan forgiveness, that plan. He touched on topics such as the employment rate, health care, climate crisis, gun reform, saying that he is determined to banish assault rifles. We're going to do it for all our kids who are gunned down on the streets every single day, Biden said. Leave no one behind, and I want to be clear, that's not a mantra. That is a value statement. And come January, that will be the mission of the state of Maryland. Leave no one behind is slogan for Wes Moore. Come January, that'll be the mission in the state of Maryland. He's referring to the potential election of Wes Moore. Moore talked about his plans for the state if he was elected governor. We're going to be a state to make sure that every Marylander receives a world-class education and a lifelong education that creates pathways to work, wages, and wealth. We're going to be a society that makes historic investments in apprenticeship programs and trade programs. Both are encouraging people to get out and vote, and some people think it's more important than ever. If 2020 was important, then 2024 is going to be equally as important. General election is Tuesday, November the 8th. So, meanwhile, Maryland's Republican gubernatorial candidate Dan Cox was expected to have a news conference Thursday before Biden's rally in Rockville, but he canceled that. And he issued a statement, said, I will win this November and vigorously serve the people of Maryland as governor because the failed policies of the Biden administration, which Wes Moore is praising, advancing. What is he talking about? It will implement, if implemented, are going to be disastrous for Maryland. I don't know. I don't know. So there was a debate proposed by Morgan State University, and Wes Moore has declined to participate in the debate. They wanted Wes Moore to debate Dan Cox at Morgan State University. I thought this was a great idea. The Moore folks Westmore's camp thinks that will amplify Dan Cox's what they call scary policies. He's a Trumpster, right? We already know this stuff. So in a typical sitting on the soapbox type of move, Westmore does not want to debate him. So he thinks that is going to raise his profile. Dan Cox has accepted. So Dan Cox is going to go there and he's just going to be talking, right? They're going to be asking him questions. They're going to be talking about the fact that Westmore didn't show up, da-da-da-da-da-da. And we are far, far away from a point where we can say that we don't know the types of philosophies that a Trump supporter is going to have. So Westmore making this move is not. I don't think it. I don't think it hurts. I don't think it helps in folks, not knowing about his, platform. I think it only provides the opportunity to show that he is. I don't know. I don't think it's the right move. I mean, you weigh it out. Donald Trump was the president. I mean, we're not hiding, his policies. What are you hiding from the people? I mean, the people already know. People already know. Fields One on YouTube says that Westmore has the look and the scars to European education. He does not have the just profile of Barack Obama. Yeah, okay, that is true. Yeah, but I mean, many of y'all faulted Obama for having that kind of profile. So maybe Westmore is more street. Is Westmore more street than President Obama? Maybe he got more street cred. I'm being facetious, okay? I don't know. I think he should take the debate. I think that personally, Westmore would mop the floor with Dan Cox in a debate. So why not do it? I don't know. Why not do it? Doesn't make sense to me. But definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show. At The Diamond K Show. On fire-tv.com. A Baltimore woman. I hate stories like this. A Baltimore woman was sentenced to 25 years for being an accomplice in the 2015 murder of a 7-year-old and the mother. This Baltimore woman, just 25 years, I mean, essentially his life, right? She's 37 years old. So she was given, she was also given 5 years of supervised release after she was found guilty of aiding and abetting the use and discharge of a firearm in relation to a drug trafficking crime and a crime of violence. Jennifer Jeffrey and her 7-year-old were killed in 2015. Hayes has been detained since her arrest in Texas in June of last year related to a federal criminal complaint. Baltimore woman sentenced to 25 years for being an accomplice in the 2015 murder of a 7-year-old and the mother. Okay, Amani, is that how you say that? Amani on YouTube says that the main topic that the squeegee lawsuit is a slam dunk win for the family. Given the political setup and laws in Maryland, panhandling is unlawful but decriminalized. All right. Imani, what are you talking about? A slam dunk win? Okay. Slam dunk win? No. I don't know about slam dunk. I don't know about a slam dunk win. I don't think there's a such thing. Westmore didn't want during Muhammad to show up at that debate. All right, so Fields One is saying that Westmore didn't want Brother Muhammad to show up at the debate. I mean, here's the thing. Brother Muhammad can show up anywhere at a fundraiser. I mean, I don't think he can hide from Brother Muhammad. I'm sure that they will cross paths at some point in time. Unless you're trying to say that Brother Muhammad is hanging with Dan Cox. He might be. That might be his boy. I don't know. That might be his boy. I don't know. I need to holler at Brother Muhammad. We need to have Brother Muhammad back on the show sometime soon. I'm going to reach out to him so we can chop it up. Always a good time when I get to talk to Brother Darren Muhammad about just anything. We can talk about anything. It is an interesting discussion. Monkeypox cases have increased in the state of Maryland. Maryland has released a data dashboard about monkeypox. A review of current data showed Maryland's total number of monkeypox cases has tripled. 3 weeks ago, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention reported a little more than 150 cases statewide. Oh, how things change. Now, Maryland has reported 461 total cases, according to their new dashboard. Earlier this month, the Baltimore City Health Department administered 60 proactive doses and had hit the pause button on new appointments. The Baltimore City Health Department has confirmed that they do have doses on reserve for anyone who has come in contact with a confirmed case. And they're currently working on a plan to scale distribution with their available vaccine supply now that the FDA is allowing for vaccines to be given. This monkeypox thing is a disaster. And there's always going to be, some virus floating around. It is what it is. All right, so Amani is saying that I'd have to say, due to the fact that the victim exited the vehicle, granted, Squeegee Kid did not retreat. Technically, the lawsuit enforced on panhandling, which I'm sure is the argument. Okay, here's the thing, Imani. Come on. What are you talking about? Okay, this adult approached this group of children with a baseball bat. Now, I don't know if you were here for the beginning part of my soliloquy on this subject, but if a black man got out of the car with a baseball bat, a black 6-foot adult, and menaced and attacked and swung a bat at some white teenagers that were standing on the corner panhandling, and one of the white kids shot and killed the black man, then what? We're talking about a whole nother thing then, right? Your whole argument is based on the, twisted logic. Panhandling is one thing. This is a citizen, a child who was attacked by an adult, and the adult was killed on the corner. And you think this is a slam dunk case? Yeah, it's not. It is not. Westmore is a political pawn with no substance. He's a brown puppet. Okay, he's a puppet of who? The Democratic Party? A lot of these politicians are puppets. A lot of these politicians are puppets of their donors. Don't act like the only puppet that exists is a brown puppet. You got white puppets. You got yellow puppets. You got tan puppets. I guess I already said brown. There's a lot of puppets. Politicians are puppets, and they bow to the donors. Amani says that I agree with you, but we have to face our current reality, current atmosphere, and the agenda of the city and whoever's running the city. Here's the thing. We do have to face and accept those things. But I think that this case is a little bit more nuanced than you are laying out, than you're just laying out the fact that, it's just, they're going to win. You also have to take into account who they sued. They sued Marilyn Mosby. They sued the mayor. They sued the police commissioner. they're not responsible for what happened on this corner. If that's the case, then every person that's killed in Baltimore City can sue these people. Come on, this is a stupid case. This is the Schneider Law Group. They spend a lot of money on commercials. If this lawsuit was on sound footing, if this lawsuit was on sound ground, every person murdered with an illegal gun in Baltimore, or legal, doesn't matter, would be able to sue and win. Both the city that they're shot in, around the country. Come on, Amani. I love you, but I don't agree with this. They're gonna blame Mosby. Oh, they're definitely gonna blame Mosby. Everything's Mosby's fault. If we lose Lamar Jackson, it's Mosby's fault. Field says there is no such thing as monkeypox. It's only honkypox. Brought to you by the agenda. Fields, what are you talking about? Monkeypox is a thing. I saw a whole lot of bumps on people's arms. It's something. It ain't the chickenpox. It's like the chickenpox long lost cousin. It is the chickenpox on steroids. Christian, shout out to Christian. Christian says teach. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to say some things here. And on Instagram, it's saying maybe this lawsuit will finally solve the squeegee kid issue. I don't think it's a squeegee kid issue. I've said this many times. I've never had a problem with the squeegee kid. And I usually don't give squeegee kids money. I would say I give squeegee kids money 40% of the time because I don't walk around with cash, right? But if I feel like it and I have money right there, sometimes I give them $1, right? I never want them to clean my windows because they don't clean good windows. It's never about cleaning windows. That's why when they say, oh, you want to work at the gas station, you want to do this, you want to do that, it's not about cleaning the windows. For these kids, it's about making a couple dollars in an easy way. And they see people on the corner, less fortunate folks, homeless folks, the police department panhandles, the fire department panhandles. Oh, y'all ain't never seen the fire department on the corner with their boots? Hold on. Y'all never see the fire department on the corner holding up their boot? Like, put some money in my boot. Yeah, the fire department panhandles. So going back to Amani's thing about panhandling, the fire department does it. The police department does it. Marching bands do it. So some enterprising young black men said, well, we can go in the corner and do something too. Just like when somebody say, can I help you with your bag? Can I pump your gas? It's folks trying to make a little bit of money. That's what it is. You can't criminalize it because it's not a crime. It's not a crime. I mean, you can say, don't do it. It's not a crime. And so, you frown upon it. You don't like it. But you ain't going to like everything that happens in the world. You ain't going to like everything that happens in the world. And that doesn't give you license to walk with a baseball bat and start swinging it at people. You know why? Because you might get shot. Facts. Because that's what happened. Now, squeegee kids on the corner. I've never had a problem with squeegee kids. You know why? Because I treat people with respect. Squeegee kid comes up to my car. I'm listening to my song. You know what I mean? I'm chilling in the car. I don't want to be bothered. And they come, hey, clean your windows. Nah, I'm good. Oh, you got $1? Nah, I ain't got nothing. All right. And they keep it moving. That's how it works. That's how it works. But if you keep this energy like, get the F away from my car. What you doing? Get on my car. That kind of stuff. It's going to invite an altercation. Some negative energy. Don't disrespect that man, that young man. Why? For what? For what? What do you get out of that? As an adult, what do you get out of that? And maybe they do smell like weed. Maybe they are getting on your nerves. Maybe their pants are low or tight or whatever. So what? So what? Keep it moving. And sometimes I'm having a good day. I might have $1 right there. and he comes to the car, can I clean your windows? No. But I may give him $1. And they'd be like, thank you. And I'll be like, all right, cool. Keep safe. Holler at you. And that's how the interaction goes. But you also have to understand this. You can get caught slipping anywhere. It doesn't have to be a squeegee kid. So you got your purse sitting out, right? Somebody walk past your car, maybe they reach in. That's not a squeegee kid. That's just regular in life. You got caught slipping at a red light. That can happen. That can happen. So you do need to be alert. You need to be paying attention, right? And sometimes the weak get got. The strong survive. Sometimes folks prey on weak people. So maybe if y'all stop looking so weak and stop treating people disrespectfully, some of this energy wouldn't come back to you. Just keep it moving. I see things driving all the time I don't like. Well, I'm driving in my car. What am I worried about it for? That's all I'm saying. Amani says they'll say if they enforced the law, the squeegee kids wouldn't be there, hence no conflict, and the fire department gets permits to ask for donations. Bull crap! The fire department does not get permits to ask for donations. You are lying. You are lying, Imani. Amani, I can't tell by your eye on your default picture. Are you white or black? What's your nationality? Christian says that politicians panhandle during elections. Oh man, Christian, you are so right. Politicians definitely panhandle. So you're saying, Amani, if the squeegee kids pay taxes on it, then everything is forgiven? Amani says Maryland law made it a crime. It's not in many states, but it's law in the books. Yeah. And what do you call it? Jaywalking is a crime also. Who was the last person who got locked up for jaywalking? I swear I keep a bucket of change for squeegee kids. I even asked them to work for me on renovations. I was in that boat before. It's not the squeegee kids. It's absolutely not the squeegee kids, but you're trying to act like it is. Based on your argument, it seems like you feel that it is the squeegee kids' fault. This is the haves and the have-nots. This is the haves and the have-nots. Instagram, stop looking weak. Are you going to write a book on how to man up? I am not going to write a book on how to man up, because if you don't know how to man up, that is not my problem, right? I'm just telling folks how to not invite conflict, right? Every guy that offers a woman, to have sex with her, she doesn't have to have sex with him, right? She can say no. Now, she can say no in a way that can invite more conflict, and sometimes that can happen. Or she can say no in a way that is still lets the guy still have respect and keep it moving, right? So you have to understand that for every action there is a reaction, and sometimes there's a reaction to the reaction. So if I ask you for $1 and you tell me, F no, get away from here, you bum. Now you're going to get another reaction from me. But if I ask you for $1 and you say, no, I don't have it. If I had it, I would give it to you. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to give you a negative reaction. Why is that so hard for white people to understand? Why is that hard for white people to understand that? Let me say it again. If I ask you for $1 and you tell me, F no, get away from here, you bum, dirty, get a job. That's going to make me have a reaction. Why is that hard for white people to understand? To me, that's common sense. But white people will say that and give that energy to a squeegee kid, and they say, what? The squeegee kids are the problem. No, you're the problem, dummy. That's not how you talk to people. Same scenario. Person, I asked you for $1 and they say, no, I don't have it. If I had it, I would have gave it to you. And they're going to say, okay, have a good one. And that's it. So maybe your parents didn't teach you, or your grandmother didn't teach you, or maybe you're like Donald Trump and everybody just did whatever you said when you cried, and you're an adult and don't understand how to interact with people. That's what I'm saying. It's not that hard. You're supposed to learn this as a kid. You're supposed to learn this as a kid. Right? Amani says, you're damn right. Let them be able to benefit off the squeegee kids and they'll let them rock. Here's the thing. They letting the squeegee kids rock now. They're not going to stop the squeegee kids. Did they stop people from selling drugs on the corner? No. You do know that it's illegal to sell drugs, right? You do know that you can drive places and see people selling drugs, right? They're not going to stop squeegee kids. They're not going to stop streetwalkers. They're not going to stop prostitutes. Come on. What are we talking about here? Fields1 on YouTube says, young black men have been scheduled to be the permanent class, the fire department, police department topic. That's null and void. My point is that panhandling happens. The police department does it. The fire department does it. Marching bands do it. Just regular homeless people. There's a whole community of tents. They panhandle. You ain't gonna stop that. They don't get these people homes? No. What are they gonna do something like that for? What are they gonna do something that makes sense like that for? On Instagram, it says, everyone deserves respect and you never know what situation you might be in. Keep living. Thank you, Pam. Thank you. You are so right. Everybody deserves respect. Everybody deserves respect. Corruption in city officials' mind is the issue. I'm creating a program to help with issues people in the streets. Might spend a minute in the rec center. Yes, I love that. I love that, Imani. Keep me posted on that. I love that. I would love to help with that. True. Help them out. Keep going. Yes, exactly. Keep it going. Respect is a simple thing, right? To me, it's a simple thing. You give it, you get it. You give it, you get it. But the reason why this guy Timothy is dead is because he tried to disrespect these kids and was shot and killed where he stood. That goes to show you. And then his family's trying to act like he's the victim. He's the victim of bad choices. He might be the victim of bad parenting. And he was the victim of his actions. Pammy B43 on Instagram says that they panhandle in front of Publix, these white cheerleader organizations. You are absolutely right. Publix, for my folks that don't know, is a supermarket in the South. And yes, Girl Scout, the Salvation Army, they panhandle. So they trying to act like all these white organizations do it. When black kids do it, oh, this is a menace. This is that. Out of here with that. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of folks acting like it's something different. UMS DJ Momo, shout out to UMES, says that respect goes a long way. You are absolutely right, fam. Absolutely right. Pammy B43 on Instagram says that they have no home training. Very simple. They have no home training. And then when they get the reaction, then they want to act like it's a problem with somebody else. No, they caused the problem by their disrespect. Amani says the mayor's office just released a program in specific communities for nonprofits to run a clean streets program, which of the city will look better, might treat better. Maybe. Fields1, but George Zimmerman has never been caught slipping at a red light. Isn't that interesting? We reserve that fate for our brothers. I agree with you, Fields1. I was hoping that George Zimmerman, that somebody met George Zimmerman and did the Lord's work, but that did not happen. So whatever, 6'9" running around too. Right? It's just one of those things. I don't know. He has not been caught slipping, George Zimmerman, and maybe it won't happen. Maybe it will. I don't know. I don't know. Pammy B 43 on Instagram says that if you kick a dog, you're going to jail. So respect is due to a dog. You're absolutely right. Oh, they will wrap you up if you do something to a dog. Let you do something to a dog. Amani says all that money goes back into the city, squeegee and drug prostitution money. I have to agree again. It's a hidden benefit. Good debate. Yeah, it's tricky, right? It's tricky. It's tricky because they let some people do it, so you gotta let everybody do it. I mean, it's really tricky. It's really tricky. But here's the thing. Let's unpack that a little bit. Cheerleaders are in front of, as Pammy B said, Publix, or here in Baltimore, in front of Giant. Cheerleader squad in front of Giant ask you for some money. Y'all not saying, F no, get away from here, you bums. Get a job, cheerleaders. No, they don't talk to them like that. So when we talk about the white people that speak negatively to these young black men on the corner, if it's the Girl Scouts, they ain't talking to them like that. They know how to act. They choose to disrespect these young black men on the corner. They choose to, because they don't talk to the Salvation Army like that, whether you give them money or you don't. Usually you just ignore them, right? And you keep on walking if you're going to give them money, if not going to give them money. They don't disrespect them. They know they were raised. They know right from wrong. They choose to do that. They choose to do it. Pammy B43 says that she's originally from Philly, and disrespect would get you in a grave. You're absolutely right. Shout out to Philly. I love Philly. Pammy B says that, and the white cheerleaders try to make you feel obligated. Yes, they do. They try to prey on your heartstrings. Right? You ever watch the commercials where they show you these sad, just malnourished and mistreated animals, try to get you to give them money? It's panhandling. It's the same thing. Trying to prey on, just try to prey on you like that. Fields One says he's going to write a book, 1995. Yeah, they need a book. Christian says this situation had me fall out with one of my friends, Latino. I said, dude, should have kept it moving. Oh, well, she replied saying something like, well, they're going to grow up shooting each other anyway. Wow. Christian, who you hanging with, man? Marty says, see, Timmy effed up, but they on that Hillary mess. Never let a tragedy go to waste. Hidden agenda. Watch the upset because that's what they want. I'm on your side. You ain't lying, Kay. All right. Yeah. You definitely have a lot of people doing that. Never let a tragedy go to waste thing. But when something comes up and it makes sense to address it, it makes sense to address it. Begging is begging, period, Pammy B says. Yeah, I don't like begging. Like, you can ask, and if I say no, keep it moving. Keep it moving. Instagram is saying that it comes in all forms, but some are more organized. That is true. That is true. Christian says, love these local situations to show folks colors. Yes, you're absolutely right. When these situations happen, and we say it all the time, all politics is local. These situations happen, folks show their true colors. You're absolutely right. Fields One said, so squeegee workers don't have to comply with customers always right. Yeah, customers not always right. Well, if you don't give them money, are you really the customer? Ivani says, only if the Girl Scouts ain't got the cookies I want. Other than that, get out of here, kid. You're bothering me. Oh man, I haven't had a Girl Scout cookie in so long. I walk past the Girl Scouts I don't even address the Girl Scouts. Yeah, because the cookies is nasty. Every time I think of Girl Scout cookies, I think of some kind of chocolate peppermint cookie. I hate. Yeah, no, I just keep it moving. DK Fields One says that if you keep wanting to apply common sense logic and racism, white supremacy, this is a bizarre world. Everything is backwards. You're right. Okay, I'm guilty of that. Fields One, I'm guilty of applying common sense and some standards, and I want to break the back of racism and white supremacy. Break their effing backs. And in order to do that, we have to unify and organize. So yes, I'm going to keep saying this stuff. I'm going to keep talking common sense, and I'm trying to get my people together. We cannot stand for this mess. That's what I'm saying. Yes. So yes, you're right. I am guilty of common sense logic. Yes, I don't like them Thin Mints. Yes, that's what it is. Thin Mints. Disgusting. Thin Mint cookies get disgusting. I never even had coconut cookie before. And I think that this is the season for Girl Scout cookies is coming up. Girl Scout cookies is coming up. I believe that every race and nationality should have pride. And I believe that everybody should feel that they're the best. But everybody got to have pride in their thing. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't feel like we have enough pride. I feel like other nationalities do, and we got to do better. We got to do better. And I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. Pammy B43 says that we should not have segregated our children, would be more powerful. Muslims in Philly is educated, not in public schools. Public schools are indoctrination. Yes, I agree. That's a whole nother conversation. But you're right. Field says that I keep wanting. Oh, okay, you said that. I'm sorry. Blah 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 blah. Okay, that's what I meant to do. Imani says, "Stop with the common sense, K. Things ain't right. You got to look beyond what they show you." I'm looking beyond what they show me. I'm just saying. To me, some stuff is very simple, right? Some stuff is very simple. If us as consumers, if we support businesses that appreciate us, we can harness our collective buying power. That's a fact. And it needs to happen more, right? And if we start holding elected officials accountable, now what do I mean by that? Not letting them get away with things that they say that they're going to do. And maybe they don't achieve everything, but we need to see effort. We need to see effort. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about Baltimore City, Brandon Scott. If the election for mayor of Baltimore was in November, would Brandon Scott get reelected? Has he done a good enough job? I think that it is enough time has passed to analyze the job that he has done. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, among some other things. As I said, it's the Diamond K Show on fire-tv.com. Let me see what else we got here. UMES DJ Momo says, if the guys were young white boys, it would not be talked about because one corner can have a panhandler, and if you're white, it's not an issue. You're absolutely right, DJ Momo. You're absolutely right. DJ Momo, send me your email address so I can add you to my mailing list. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I was saying that earlier. It's all twisted up. So when we have a situation, and things have been a certain way for a long time, but things have changed. Not changed enough. Black people didn't have the right to vote at one point in time. So some people say, oh, black people can't vote. So yeah, but you change it. You keep pushing until some change. So yeah, I'm not going to just sit back and just say, oh, that's just the way it is. That's how it's going to be. We're not going to change it. No, we changing this, fam. Instagram says that what's so funny is they hate our skin color, but willing to get sunburned and subject themselves to cancer to get dark. I saw this woman in Daytona Beach and she was literally burnt. They are jealous. They come in raw. You are wow, Pammy V43. You are wow. Those you funny. Yes. Yeah. You're absolutely right, though. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So we got to start holding these politicians accountable, right? Now, I know that the mayor is going to, when I talk with the mayor, he's going to lay out some different things that he's I'm going to give you what the mayor is going to say. I'm going to tell you right now. Mayor's going to say that I need 4 more years to continue to implement the programs that I'm trying to push through. And he's going to lay out some different programs that he has launched or are about to launch. And he's going to say, we haven't achieved my goal yet, but we are on the path to do that. That's what he's going to say, I think. But I, we're going to talk to the people, and I think that we're going to talk about this over time. We have to not just let folks get into office and then just wait until they pop up again trying to get reelected. Right? The amount of time from 9th grade to 12th grade. You need to only do a report card in the 12th grade. You kind of analyze each year, right? Go to the next grade. It's time for a grade. What kind of job has Brandon Scott done? Brandon Scott's been on the show before, and he'll be on the show again. But we need to talk about it. Would you re-elect Brandon Scott if the election was in November? What kind of job has the mayor done? What are you they're saying? I need to give the mayor my barber's number? Oh, you don't like his afro? Amani says that Angie Smith Winder is one of her best childhood friends. I'll be around. I love Baltimore. I'll try my best to give my resources to the city and try to implement positive programs. That is wonderful. Definitely, Imani, like I said, reach out to me any way that I can help. I will. I'll definitely do that. Also says that I remember Brandon Scott was one of them on one of them documentaries like 12 O'Clock Boys. Heard he was DJing at Melba's last month with an office suit on. Yes, Brandon Scott thinks he's a DJ. This is true. This is true. Brandon is not in control. Not a good job. Poor. Oh, you saying he did a poor job? Okay. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. All right. I'm totally confused. Amani, I'm a dude. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't say that you weren't a dude. Christian groomed by Elijah Cummings. Oh my God. Christian, you out of control. Amani, I didn't say that you wasn't a dude. I didn't know. I didn't say. Fields one says he loves the thin mints. Oh, I hate thin mint cookies. Penny B says, stop looking for the government to save us. They don't care. Don't politicians are the best con artists. Yes, politicians are the best con artists, but here's the thing. Here's why I say we can't say that we look to politicians, but we pay taxes. They take our money. So you're trying to tell me that we have no say-so in what happens with our money? We have say-so in what happens with our money. So we got to hold those folks accountable. They took our money. They take our money. Every check, taking money out. Every time we go and buy something, they taking money. So we have to hold these folks accountable for how they spend our money, right? How they defend the laws, what the laws are. They're supposed to be operating in our best interest. And when they don't, we got to hold them folks accountable. The rent is due. Mine says, great show today. Thank you so much. Yes. Amped up. I'm amped up. I ain't even had no breakfast yet. Yes, I'm amped up. So I'll be back here tomorrow. And I love talking with you guys. And thank you definitely on that. At the Diamond K Show, at Radio Fire, of course, you need to talk with me, booking, anything. Become a guest on the show, djdiamondk@gmail.com. And Pammy B says, nope, these people are picked. It's a systematic agenda. And the Democratic is gay. Okay, yeah. Lindsey Graham is gay, and he's not no Democrat. I hear you. Some of the Republicans are gay too. Not there's anything wrong with being gay. That's what you want to do. I don't believe that you should push the gay agenda on kids. So if you gay, right? But that's a whole nother day, whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by City View Bar and Grill. City View is a family-friendly casual dining bar and restaurant providing high-quality food and good old-fashioned friendly service. At City View Bar and Grill, you can live every hour like it's happy hour. The food is mouth-watering. The atmosphere is fun, energetic, and mature. Located at 6700 Security Boulevard in Gwynn Oak, Maryland, it is the City View Bar and Grill. Stop in today or visit cityviewmd.com. I love City View's food. Get a copy of my podcast. Okay, yes, on anywhere you get podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can get the podcast. Just search the Diamond K Show on there, and you can definitely get a copy of this and any other podcast of mine. Thank you so much Yes, absolutely. For the last 16 years, the Baltimore Crown Awards has been connecting, developing, honoring, and promoting the Baltimore scene. Get those green clothes ready. The 2022 Baltimore Crown Awards is an emerald party. Nomination process is happening right now. They need your input. Visit thebaltimorescene.org, thebaltimorescene.org. Check out some of the categories: the Visual Artist of the Year, Retail, Makeup Artist of the Year, Movement of the Year, and many more. The 16th Annual Baltimore Crown Awards goes down November 19th at the Garage, 6 Lafayette Avenue in Baltimore, hosted by Desi Alexander. Tickets $20. Thebaltimorescene.org, thebaltimorescene.org. Be more careful. I like that. DJ Momo says, yeah, pay taxes, and we built this country and got tricked out of what we built. You're absolutely right. DJ Momo is on point today. We built this country. Be clear. Be clear. And we definitely pay taxes. Everybody pays taxes. But they got a lot of free labor out of us. We definitely have a say-so in what happens. I want more folks involved. Election season is coming, and then you know what's going to happen? Then another election season is going to be coming again. Coming back again. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to have some politicians on here, you know, singing their song, and a lot of things coming up. I'm really looking forward to this fall season. Diamond K Show on fire-tv.com/Diamond K. Can get episodes of the show, podcast links, all that kind of good stuff on fire-tv.com/Diamond K. Of course, City View Bar and Grill. Check them out. Great food over there. Yeah, great food over there. I'm not playing. I'm not just saying that. Black people is lost because we don't have God. Is that what it is? All right. I'm going to see you again. Yeah, you have been you've had some great comments. I'm going to see you guys later. Thanks.
It's the Diamond K Show.
So much going on in the world. You talk about things from the perspective of how it is. DJ Diamond K, sometimes it comes off like you are almost not in support of, but you just accept the way things are and there's no chance of change. Check me out on YouTube. That's the part that I am just like, ah.
On firetv.com. On Fire TV is a streaming network for a generation on the move.